Hey guys, welcome to another video. Oh god, my thing is glitching out again. You know what? I'm just gonna deal with it. It sounds like a robot. I wish I could actually, you know what's a better way to describe it? It sounds like I'm talking into a fan. I wish I could like show you guys how it sounded, but I really can't. It's something to do with my headphones probably. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling about that. Tell you a little bit about me. I am 22 years old. I'm turning 23 this year in May. I am also graduating university in May, which I'm really excited about. If you guys didn't watch the last video, I'm getting a Bachelor's of Art in Art, concentration in photography. Very excited. With that, I'm planning on starting a photo business, and it's going to be mainly portraits because that's what I like to do commercially. My hobby, what I really love to do is street photography. My favorite thing ever. Just love going out and shooting streets and stuff. It's really fun. And living in Vegas, there's a lot to photograph, you know? I am currently working part-time, and I am also a part-time student. I'm a super part-time student right now. I'm only taking 2 classes for my final semester, so I'm really excited about that. This year I want to go to Japan, and I'm going to Canada at the end of the year to see Taylor Swift with my besties. I finally snagged tickets for the Eras tour. It took us so long, and we were trying for so many dates, and Vancouver ended up being one of the only ones that we could snag, so I'm really excited about that. Apart from that, I also want to get a couple more certifications, maybe not right away, but depending on how hard it is to find a job or gigs, whatever it may be, I want to get a certification either in welding or as a floral designer, because those 2 things interest me. I know how to weld a bit, and I think it would be really fun to be a florist. And then I want to get into the Disney College program this year. Very excited about that. I did sign up to see if they'll even send me information about that, but I haven't heard anything back in about a month. So we'll see. I have 2 years, so I'm not too stressed about it, but I want to be a PhotoPass cast member. That's what I want to do at the DCP. Alrighty, now to get into some things that I like. I like film photography. I shoot analog photography a lot. So I like to do black and white film because I can process that at school and kind of take over the whole process myself rather than sending it off to be processed by a lab somewhere else. I do 35mm, but I also do like medium format, the 120. I don't do it as often just because I don't own a medium format camera, but hopefully one day I can own one. I don't know. I've been looking for a pretty long time, but sometimes they get really pricey, and I really need like a new digital camera rather than a new film camera because I'm trying to work in photography. So yeah, I need a better camera first, and then I can get into my hobbies later, is the way that I think right now. I love traveling, and I hope that this year again I can go to Japan. I've been wanting to go for the past like 5 years, but this year, since I'm graduating, I'm hoping that with the free time I can get a full-time job and then save up enough money to go to Japan and Canada by the end of the year. My favorite artists right now are Taylor Swift and Harry Styles. My favorite Taylor song, don't ask me because it really does depend on the day. I guess recently it's been Long Story Short from Evermore, but depending on the day, you will catch me saying some very, very different things. My favorite album doesn't really change too much. My favorite album is Speak Now. My second favorite is Reputation, and my third is Folklore. So those are my top 3, but yeah, it really depends on the day that you ask me what my favorite Taylor song is, because there's so many. For Harry, my favorite Harry song is Adore You. It was, I think, my #1 most played song last year on Spotify. So mean, that tells you enough. But the other tops were Cinema and oh god, let me check. But they were from Harry's House. So my top 5 songs last year were from Harry's House. Love that album. I saw it live in 2022 in November. I was at the November 11th show at his residency at the Kia Forum. That was really fun. When I came home from that, I had the biggest bruise on my knee. It was ridiculous, but it was totally worth it. I had a lot of fun there. It was the last minute thing, so I was super excited. We went for like a day or two and it was really fun. Oh, okay, so my number 1 was Adore You. My number 2 was Satellite. Number 3 was Drag Me Down. This is my Spotify Wrapped, by the way. My number 4 was Golden, and then my number 5 was No Control. But up here I have Cinema, As It Was, Daylight, you know, a lot of Harry's House. I love Harry's House. I could say that forever and ever. I will always have a special connection to that album because of us going on that spontaneous trip. I also picked up crocheting this year, which was really fun. I guess not this year. I'm still in the 2023 mindset, so apologies on that. If I say this year, I probably mean last year because it's only the 6th of January and I haven't made a lot of changes so far. But yeah, I picked up crocheting and I had been wanting to crochet for a while, but my first couple of projects were kind of trash, and then I finally kind of got the hang of like the single stitch. So I was making a lot of beanies in the beginning, and now I've started to branch out into, I made a shawl in December and that was pretty fun. It took me only like about a week, so that was really cool because I mean I'm a slow crocheter, so to finish up a shawl in a week, that was a pretty big accomplishment for myself. And right now I'm working on a poncho. We'll see how long that takes me. It's already been 2 weeks and I'm only like a fourth of the way there, so I still have a long way to go for that. But I've been having a really fun time learning how to crochet. It was frustrating in the beginning, but now I find it pretty therapeutic, and it's kind of like a way for me to decompress from the days. Just sit down and add a couple of rows to my whatever project I may be doing that day. Pretty fun stuff. I also have been thrifting quite a bit in the past year. I started that in the fall of 2021 when I really started getting into photography because I just wanted to find cheaper outfits. I didn't want to break the bank to do photo shoots, so I started going to thrift stores to buy like dresses and that kind of stuff. But I've really enjoyed going and seeing what I can find on any given day, so I really like thrifting. For a while I stopped because I think I was starting to have a problem. I would just go and I would buy more and more clothes. But yeah, I like buying pieces that you wouldn't really find in the store anymore. Like I found a cardigan that's super bright, super colorful, and I thought it was really cute, so I bought it. But when I brought it home, it ended up being a Texas cardigan. It has like the state of Texas on it. It has cactuses, longhorns, like lassos. And if you didn't know, I'm from Texas, so it was really exciting to find that. And I washed it, I let it dry, and I've been using it for the past year-ish. And I just had to change out the buttons on it, but that's about all I had to do for it. It's a nice chunky cardigan. I still do have to wear like a sweater under it, just because, you know, it gets pretty cold here. So I just use it on top of my like existing sweaters, but it's super, super nice. It's something that I'm really proud that I thrifted. Okay, so hater time. Just kidding, not really hater time. It's just things that I don't like. So, number one, old me would kill me if I said this to her, but I don't like coffee anymore. I used to love coffee. I used to drink coffee every single day. And as of recent, within the last like 6-7 months, I have gotten off coffee and I've been drinking chai lattes, and I make them at home. I do just buy like pre-mixed chai, pre-made chai, and then I make lattes at home. It's very different. I would never believe myself if I told myself like 5-6 years ago that I didn't like coffee anymore, because I used to love it. Number two, I do not like standing for long periods of time. And within the past couple of years where I started working, I realized that I really, really hate standing for really long periods of time. It just hurts. I hate it. One of the things that I despise most in the world is standing for so long. I will make an exception if I'm at Disneyland. Of course I would. I'm gonna be a hypocrite here. Make an exception for Disneyland. Make an exception for Disney World. Anything else? Absolutely not. I will not stand for 7 hours at a time and enjoy it. Not my thing. Number three, I hate sitting in silence. It drives me nuts. So what do? I overstimulate my brain. I do everything at once. I will be watching a YouTube video, I will be listening to music on Spotify, I'll be scrolling through TikTok, I'll be scrolling through Instagram, I'll be trying to write a paper, you know, just the usual overstimulation. I don't know. That also burns me out very easily, but it's just what I apparently do, you know? Weird. Something that I hate. Art block. I hate art block. It's been the reason why I haven't been uploading on YouTube for a very long time. It's because I sit and I scroll through Pinterest and I don't find any reference that I find interesting. So what do? I just don't end up drawing. So that's one of my number one things that I dislike the most is art block. And then these two are pretty niche, but number one, I don't like rolling film in the dark. I've had a couple of my rolls of film get stuck on a reel and I'm having a hard time in the changing bag, so then I have to go and I have to stand in a dark room for 5 minutes and roll my film by hand, just completely in the dark, not knowing where anything is, just kind of feeling it out. Hate that. Takes so long because I get anxious and then I start dropping things and then it's just a mess, basically. Oh my goodness, looks like we have a guest. It's Toothless! Yeah, I learned how to keyframe for that. So I hope you enjoy it, because I enjoy it. To go back to the things that I like, because I don't like to focus on things that I don't like. I like Disneyland and now Disney World. I went to Disney World for the first time in my entire life in November of 2023, and I had a lot of fun there. I think those parks are really, really nice, and they're enormous, like ridiculously big. I was so tired after every day that we were at a park there, and I was walking on average like 7 miles a day. It was crazy, but I had a lot of fun. Disneyland is closer to me, so I love Disneyland, and I've been going to Disneyland since I was a little kid. Almost annually, except for during the pandemic, and then a couple years within like middle school and high school between those two. But ever since like we moved here, we've been going pretty consistently, and I love it. I love it. My favorite place to go on vacation is Disneyland. Apart from like beaches in Mexico, I love beaches too, but if it's gonna be a close trip, I love Disneyland. Okay, and this year I also want to get back into jewelry making because I love making jewelry. It just takes me so long to pull out my supplies and start making stuff, so I'm just a little bit unmotivated to make them. But I recently made a strawberry necklace kind of inspired by Nana, and then I made a pair of matching earrings for it, and I really like doing that, so I think I'm gonna get back into it. I like making necklaces inspired by like things that I like, so I have a Rengoku necklace, I have a Hello Kitty one, it's pink and it has like a little Hello Kitty charm on it. I have one that reminds me of Mista from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have one that reminds me of Lucy from Part 7. I forgot her last name, but you know what I'm talking about if you've read JoJo's. She's really cool. I made one inspired by her. Yeah, I just do those often when I'm in the mood, when I'm motivated. So I'm gonna try to get back into that, and I'll probably make videos about that. And then you can see that I make bracelets all the time. I have a bunch on my arm at the moment. A lot of them are inside jokes. I have Misspelled the Folklore. I have You're on Your Own Kid. I have Adore You. I had a pair that said Midnight Rain, but I made them with little heart beads, and those little heart beads are so cute, but they just never lay flat on your hand, so I don't wear the bracelet anymore. I also added like seashell beads to it, and they poke into me, and I can't stand them. It's just like a sensory overload that I hate. But yeah, I want to get back into that, and I might start posting my bracelets and my necklaces back on my jewelry account. It's been MIA for like 2 years now, but I figured, you know, this year I should just get back into everything and stop being lazy when it comes to posting on social media. Alrighty, looks like we are nearing the end of the video. I finished this off by adding a bunch of stars to the background because it's what I do. I've been drawing stars for about a month in this style, but I love stars. I have a permanent, well not permanent, but like an earring that I never take off that's stars. I have a necklace that's stars that I would wear more often if it wasn't super pointy and it pokes into me. It's not comfortable, but it's really cute. I draw stars on my door every once in a while, and I have a container that I put a bunch of stars on. So I felt it was important to add those in there. And then I made it all cohesive by adding like a blue overlay layer on both myself and then the background so that it looks better together, you know, it has the same tones. Alrighty, so I'd like to thank all of you for all of the support on the last video, and I should be uploading another video within the week as well. I already started recording it. It'll be more of a vlog style, and if you guys wanted to keep up with me, I am active on Kathy X Photo and at KathyZPNG on Instagram, so if you wanted to check me out there, I'm going to be posting a lot more during the year, like I said in the last video. So I will see you guys there.